Hey everybody, welcome. I just did a whole introduction and forgot to put my ears in, so you guys didn't hear a word of it. At any rate, tried to shorten this up a bit. The Beatles are my dad's favorite band, but I have never watched their movie A Hard Day's Night, so we are going to react to that. It's from 1964. It is rated G. It's an hour and a half long, and it chronicles a typical day in their life. We're going to see what this is about. It also notes that it's considered a groundbreaking comedy, often considered director Richard Lester's best film. So, I don't know what other work Richard Lester has done. This is from this is A Hard Day's Night Disc 1 Collector's Series. So, I'm not sure what the other discs are. This was the only option it gave me. So, hopefully there's not more to it. We will find out. And we'll go from there. And I've taken my night meds. Purdy has been waiting for me to hold her because I've been gone most of the day. Just finished watching the Penn State Ohio State game. The good news is we didn't get creamed. Uh, it was a lot closer game than what people were thinking it was going to be. And we actually had a couple of opportunities that we could have taken it over the top. But that didn't happen. But it was still a lot closer game than what people were expecting. So that's the good news. The bad news is we lost. So So settle in, let's react. There's going to be a lot of music in this, so hopefully there's not too much problem. I edit this, when I edit my TV shows and my movies, I edit it so that it's not blocked. I don't worry about copyright. So we will hopefully not have to edit too much. Hopefully my style will be suitable and we can go from there. But here we go. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do, and I make feel alright. When I'm home, feeling you holding me tight, tight. It's gonna be hard not to sing along. I always sing the wrong words too. I couldn't tell what he was trying to open. If it was a bag or a sandwich or what. I don't see how they dealt with all the screaming. I mean, there's groups that I like. You guys know I love Home Free, but I wouldn't be screaming like that. Sorry, boys. Is that the same guy that was sitting on the bench?
We know that, but what's he doing here? Well,
Oh, that's smart.
doing good. How's that? He's nursing a broken heart. He's entitled to two, aren't they? And the mother one.
That's smart having the reflection of the two of them on that back wall in the mirror. And that way you've got everybody in frame.
No, he can talk then, can he? Of course he can talk. He's a human being, isn't he? Well, if he's your grandfather, who knows? And we're looking after him, are we?
I don't have them memorized as to who is who.
You got on all right then? No,
That's John.
it's Paul's grandfather.
I think that was Ringo.
But I thought so. No, that's his other one.
I think the one standing up is Paul. And that would leave who? John, Paul, Ringo.
Are you listening to me, Lennon? You're a swine.
That is John Lennon, okay.
You're a swine.
George.
I'm going down for a cup of coffee. Anyone coming? We'll follow you down.
So that is Paul.
I'll bind him to me with promises.
Is it George Harrison, Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney, and John Lennon? I'm not sure about George's last name.
Why you want to slip along? Give us a kiss. Too, you know. I fought the war for your sort. I bet you saw you won. I fought what? Keep going!
Are they seriously outside the train?
Me just to spite me. I knew it. He started it. I should have known. You two have never had...
Watch it not really be his grandfather.
Distinguished like George Harrison, the Scouts of Distinction.
Ah, George Harrison, I was right. Okay.
Prisoners?
Convict and transit, tipping low legs, the lot of them. You are. Get out, ladies! Get out while you can! Now, He must have slipped off somewhere.
Have you lost him?
Now, don't exaggerate.
You've lost him. Look,
Exaggerate.
this way, Paulie.
Let's look up the sharp end. What's the matter
The
with you,
sharp
lad?
end is at the front
His
of the train.
grandfather. It's my active compensatory factor.
I thought George played the drums.
I'll deal him. Aye, the Liverpool shuffle.
There was no shuffle. He just split the deck. Where'd Grandpa go? Had an ace up his sleeve. I love you. Oh. She about bit me. She didn't like that. They sure are crammed in there, aren't they? So Ringo plays the drums. Paul is usually the singer, I think, but I think they take turns with that a little bit. George plays guitar. And John plays guitar and sings, right? And I think that's John singing or playing the harmonica. That's a nice little trick. Now the car's got to actually move. And Grandpa actually stayed with them. I'm impressed. Most of this film is just going to be screaming, isn't it? And, you know, the frenziedness is not just for film. This is how they actually were. So I don't know how. I don't know if I'm sure they probably talked about it in interviews and stuff, but I don't know how honest they were about it. But I don't know how they dealt with all that screaming all the time and being chased all the time and all that kind of stuff.
Do I snore, John?
Yeah, you're a window rattler, son.
Just your opinion.
So, a snoring story. There are times when I have snored, but most of the time I don't snore as long as I've been getting some sleep and stuff. But I used to go camping once a month during spring to fall, going off-roading. And we would camp on the trails because it was free. So we didn't have to pay for camping sites. All we had to pay for was our fuel and food, and that was it. And so we were talking around the campfire one night. Some of the guys had already gone to their tents, and we had some new folks with us. And we're sitting there talking, and they keep looking around. And I can't remember if it was myself or somebody else, finally said, "What are you guys looking for?" And they're like, "The ATVs that we keep hearing. It sounds like they should be going by at any time." We all started laughing. We're like, "That's John. That's him snoring. That's not an ATV." So, yeah, some folks can snore pretty loud. My stepfather is a terrible snorer. And when I was in high school, mom used to come into my bed. And I knew that those nights were pretty bad because she then had to pick me with my knees in her back. So it was listen to the snoring or knees in the back. So if she was choosing the knees in the back, you knew his snoring was pretty bad that night.
Only a joke.
It may be a joke, but it's his nose.
He sounds Irish.
Message is great hooter.
Does it last? None for me then. Sorry.
Is that all fan letters?
Hey, here.
Those yours.
No, they're for Ringo.
Richard
He comes from a large family. Richard Starkey, that's you, to the gaming rooms. Chemindifer, Baccarat, and Champagne Buffet.
Starkey.
Well, you're not going.
Is that his real name?
Quite
Ringo
Sandwich is a
Starr,
con,
Richard
it's a
Starkey.
caviar to
He's gonna stick it in his back pocket. Not quite sure what Grandpa's up to. I don't know this one. I don't think I know this one. Are we dancing? She's gonna lay down instead. Are you going to cuddle?
I bet you're a great swimmer.
My turn.
Bingo.
Pas bingo, monsieur. Bon.
I don't know if that was because of
I'll take the little
breaststroke
diamonds anyway.
or all the pearls. So Grandpa took the waiter's tuxedo and is at the Circle Club playing poker. Grandpa's smart. I don't know this song either. Did he lose his clothes? Paul, it's for you.
Hey, what's all this? Oh, him, he's been lurking.
Oh, that's the butler.
He's probably in the middle of some orgy by now. Orgy?
There's definitely some language I didn't expect for a G
Oh,
movie.
yeah. I'm with them. I'm Ringo's sister.
A lot of bubbles.
She did see England there.
You said I could.
I never had so many bubbles in a bubble bath before. Just gonna practice on the mirror. Is that supposed to be John in the bathtub?
One slip of the razor and...
Oh, at least he's got some trunks on.
Where's John? In the bath.
It is John, okay.
John.
He disappeared. Are they going to go disappear in the tent? Oh no, they're just moving the tent. Not sure how the tent works. Should get
Tell me,
one good shot out of all this.
Are you a mod or a rocker?
no, I'm a mocker.
Have you any hobbies?
I feel another song coming on. Or maybe not. Is this for one of the TV shows they were on? I probably missed that. I don't know this one's words quite as well, but I have heard this one. Is that top drumstick doing anything? I guess it's hitting the cymbal, isn't it? I'm getting all sorts of kisses. You guys probably can't see it though. Fangs has been licking my arm.
Everybody happy?
Grandpa's just making all sorts of trouble.
Oh, it's all right. If you don't need them, I'll lock them up in the dressing room. Please.
Just killed the birds. Change that to 9 doves. Don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Don't know what that's supposed to be. See all the tracks in the grass. Is that a helicopter they're using? So maybe that's a helicopter platform. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Don't know where they're getting the trampolines from.
Do I? You're the first one that said that ever. It's all over the place.
Is it?
But I wouldn't.
You don't look like him at all.
I like how they toy with them.
Sorry.
She think he's a
You
model?
don't see many of these nowadays, do you?
All right, Sammy Jim, this is all going to be quite painless. Don't breathe on me.
Trying to
I'm terribly
tell
sorry
him
about
he's a
this.
beetle.
Some sort of misunderstanding.
Good. Give him whatever it is they drink. Coca-Cola?
What? I wouldn't be seen dead in them. Got it?
She's a trendsetter. It's her profession.
She's a drag, a well-known drag. Turn the sound down on her and say rude things.
Get him out of here.
Have I said something amiss?
Get him out. He's knocking the program's image.
Sorry about the shirt.
You mean an early clue to the new direction?
Where's the calendar?
Yes.
Oh, no. It's all right. He's just a troublemaker. The change isn't due for 3 weeks yet. Susan.
Uh-oh, what's Grandpa up to now? He's going to forge them. Uh-oh.
I now declare this bridge open.
What?
Trouble.
Has he had his tranquilizers?
Sit in.
And stand by. Run through your number and try not to speak loud.
So what song are we going to do now?
Music.
Oh, I like this one. I think I went a little too low there. Wonder what the wires are. Are like for scale, keeping center.
Page 5. You always fancied yourself as a guardsman, didn't you?
Reading about Queen the band or Queen Elizabeth. Do you love me too? No. So it's not the song I thought it was. So I don't think I've heard this one before. I was getting ready to ask why there are bugs on the wall. The Beatles.
I want a cup of tea.
There's some weird stuff in this.
You're only right. Where you going?
Did he just do a Heil Hitler? Little confused.
I looked in here again.
So now they're all split up. That was a little disappointing. Please don't hit the person.
Oh, yes, it is. If they don't turn up, I wouldn't be in your shoes. For all
So where's Grandpa? Did they leave him alone again? Guess he's not going to make any money if they're taking them out of his hand. At this point, it would just be easier to pick her up.
You've got to let me go. I'm Ringo.
Yeah, that's what they all say these days. Look, I don't care who you are, you can say that to the side pin.
Sadism stamped all over your bloated British kisser.
Hey?
We'll go on hunger strike. A size 12 boot ankle tap.
What's he on about?
I don't understand half the stuff that comes out of his mouth.
Need the mahogany. Sure, that's what they want you to think. All coppers are villains.
Would you two like a cup of tea?
Not obvious at all.
In advance.
Mercenaries.
Well, Grandpa sure is spry, isn't he? Love, love can't buy me love. The poor guy is just trying to steal a car. Well, at least there's not as much damage as in the Blues Brothers.
You're a lonely old man from Liverpool. Well, I'm clean. Are you? What?
Why you cry and why you lie to me. Tell me why you cry and then why you lie to me. I know this one too, but I don't know the words as well. Getting a little sweaty. It does get hot up on the stage. There's Grandpa. They handcuffed him. That would drive me nuts. He escaped. It almost sounds like they're skipping. More than a skip, it's more like a stutter step. Are we ending here? Some of the stuff is just kind of off the wall. I don't get it. The hair dryer, the pig snort, the swan. B. Beatles, and now we're going to end the show. Feeling you holding me tight, tight. So something interesting on IMDb, where they have the cast and crew listed, they have the individual Beatles listed, John, Paul, Ringo, and George, but then they have the Beatles also listed, which I guess makes sense because they have their own identity on IMDb, so that makes sense. So grandfather was played by Wilfred Bramble. I didn't think he really was the grandfather. So, the press briefing that they had, where they were giving some really weird answers, which sometimes reporters get those in real life, especially when they're tired of certain questions. But it says, and who knows how true this is, but it says John Lennon's written answer to the female reporter asking him if he has any hobbies is the word tits. So the they say Sir Ringo Starr's answering a reporter's question, "Are you a mod or are you a rocker?" with "I'm a mocker," which I laughed at that, was voted as the number 58 of the 100 greatest movie lines by Premiere in 2007. Ringo originally coined the quip during an appearance on Ready, Steady, Go back in 1963. Okay, so when John Lennon cuts the Taylor's tape, he said something and I couldn't understand what he said. Apparently, he said, "I now declare this bridge open." And John Lennon apparently improvised other versions where instead of bridge, he would say synagogue or fish and chip stand, etc. The Taylor in the scene is actually the Beatles' real Taylor. So that's cool. So I got tired of reading the trivia. I was trying to figure out if the magazine Queen was about Queen Elizabeth, or if maybe it was the LGBTQ community. And they said something about it being an in joke. It's not about Queen the band because they didn't exist at the time. But if somebody knows what that joke was or what they were referring to, I'd be interested. Also, one thing that threw me off is which one was doing it? Was it Ringo? Yeah, Ringo did the Heil Hitler salute real quick type of thing, including the heel click. And that seemed a bit strange. I was thrown off by that. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. They did repeat some songs, which makes sense. It's supposed to be a day in their life, and they're going to be repeating songs anyhow. Even though that wasn't a realistic a day in the life. The fans part, yes, they got inundated by fans all the time. So, and the screaming all the time. And I don't know how they put up with it. Overall, I liked the movie. It was much better than the movie Yesterday, which was also about Beatles music. I was disappointed in that movie. I didn't like it as much as I can't remember. I had a film in mind and I totally forget what it was. But at any rate, it was fun. It was fun to listen to the songs. I knew most of the songs. There's a couple I didn't know. Like I said, they are Dad's favorite band, and I'm used to the more popular songs that they do. But just because my dad's a fan doesn't mean I listen to everything. But I knew most of them, so that was cool. And the other thing that threw me off, other than the Heil Hitler, was the just the random stuff. Stan, what was his name? Shake, talking to the hair dryer thingy. I think it was a hair dryer thingy, the plastic bubble. And then there was a couple of other things that the pig snort. I didn't understand that. And then there were a couple of different times there were phrases I didn't understand. But it was fun. It was a nice movie. So, thank you all for joining me on this one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.